Captain Insano shows no mercy.
Straight cash, homie.
Hold on to your butts.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Basic Monsters Game Day Podcast on Sports Zone Chicago. Final score on Monday Night Football: Rams 27, Buccaneers 24. It was a close. It was a good game. I mean, it was a really good game throughout. The offenses were, showing up in the first half. Defenses showed up in the second half. It was a hard-fought game, but Tampa Bay's mistakes and failure to capitalize on the mistakes that the mistakes that the Rams made, that pretty much did them in.
This is all I'm gonna say.
You're out of your mind.
Fuck this guy. This guy's a fucking scam artist is what he is. He's a piece of shit. I just like that. I've never liked the son of a bitch. Man, I can't stand this dude. You're throwing it 10 yards deep on, I don't care who it was, Brait or Gronkowski, like they're Henry Ruggs or something. Come on, dude. Wait, why are you throwing it there? You got a linebacker underneath the guy anyway, and you got one over the top. Like, why are you trying to fit it in right there, you stupid ass? Like, this guy.
Tom, I think that he's a little bit younger than he is, because some of those passes were like, what the fuck? You're like, what the hell, Tom? Did your arms go out on you? You know what I'm saying? You throw, did your arm just go out? Some of the passes look like shit. The last one, he threw it right to the center fielder. He was sitting in the middle of the field.
Right.
Much.
Exactly my point. Like, you had one underneath and one over the top, and you decided to throw it. You stupid ass. I'm so tired of that guy. They
seem to just want to go for the big. Bruce Arians again. They seem to just want to go for this big play. He had it in his mind. They were going to win on a big play. The big plays were going to win him the game. Those big plays never came.
Because he doesn't understand that you got to run the ball first for it to work, you asshole.
Exactly. And that was going to be my next point. That was going to be my next point. We talked about, Fournette's rushing numbers went up, but nothing really changed. 18 carries total. They weren't getting much, but I felt like you needed to control the ball. You needed to control the clock. Those numbers need to be up for Tampa Bay. They need to be up. You need to understand that you have to be a downhill team first. You need to go downhill first before you could go over the top, because Tom, they knew it seemed like they knew exactly what the hell they were going to do. Go deep.
The secondary play.
They were calling their shots.
The secondary needed. I don't know why they're playing with such a cushion. Like, get up on these guys. Like, you're allowing them, to run free with not even being touched 7 yards. Then they're putting the move on your sorry ass, and they're breaking out, and they're wide open. Like, get on that guy. Like, just I don't know what are you afraid of? I mean, you're not going to stop him even. You're not going to stop him the way you're playing. So what's it going to hurt to get up on the guy and press him, bump him, throw off his timing with Goff? Something, man. Like, you can't ask for the front seven to do more. They literally 86 the run game. Like, what? It's on you guys. Yes. That's the glaring hole.
They did everything they could, that defensive front, and that, like you said, that was a glaring hole. But think about it, Luke. Think about this, Luke. A play at the end of the half was the difference.
Mm-hmm.
A play at the end of the half, a lack of focus by the defense at the end of the half caused it. And it could give Woods credit. It was he made a good play. He had a good run after the catch.
Mm-hmm.
But damn Tampa, if you stop them. It's a ball game going into that half. If you stop them cold right there, and let's say it's a long field goal and they miss it, or they don't even attempt, you're in the driver's seat.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you got a fumble going back. Now you're in the lead. It was a game of which mistake was going to lose it for which team.
Yeah, exactly. And Tampa had it. It was dropped right in their lap. You got the pick, and you decided to do absolutely jack squat with that possession. It just I don't know. Who else you want to throw down there? You want to throw down take any other superstar, bring him down to Tampa. We'll show you how to not use them. Like, get out of this. I'm so tired of Brady, man. It's on him. I don't care. All of our losses are Tom Brady losses.
Antonio Brown, 13 targets, 8 receptions. Chris Godwin, 10 targets, 7 receptions. Evans, 9 for 5. Gronkowski, 6 for 2. Brate, 4 for 3. He went to Antonio Brown. He went to his superstars. But like we said, I thought he had to use those tight ends in the middle of the field, and they never really showed up.
Yeah, Bruce didn't want to use them, I guess. And then when he does want to use them, he throw. I don't even want to get started on it, man. Brady's just, like I said, I'd still rather have Jameis still, and just bring in a better running back. Fournette's not going to cut it, but at least if they would have gave Jameis the line that Tom Brady's playing with, I guarantee you he's maybe that 30-30 season is 30-15, and he looks like now you're talking about him being one of the best quarterbacks.
Yeah.
If that run game is what they needed more than anything, but no, you want to go get the high price guy, the one that has all the bells and whistles and that throws interceptions. So congratulations, Tampa, on another losing season. If they're going to play like that, they're not going anywhere.
I couldn't argue with you. It was Tom Brady's 2 picks. They were just the ugliest picks at the worst possible time. You know what I mean? Like the ugliest picks at the worst possible time, and that did him. I mean, that on top of that field goal at the end of the half, those are the things that did him in. Their mistakes. Their mistakes did them in, and it did them in bad. I thought they had plenty of chances to fight to come back in this game. They never seem to get their footing or want to get the footing with the ground game going. And they just look at 48 attempts, Luke. 20. Tom Brady finished for 20. He finished 26 completions, 48 attempts, 216 yards. You pass 48 times and you only have 216 yards. Ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a regular Brady game. I mean, if you're paying attention to Tampa this year, his yardage isn't blowing anybody away. I mean, that's right where he's at. I think he even had a game at one of the games like 168 yards or something. Like right. the guy is just I don't know. I don't know if it's another thing that really ticks me off about Tampa is I still to this day haven't yet seen a play where everybody is to the left or the right. When I say everybody, I mean Godwin, Evans, and Brown. And then Gronk, put Gronk on the tight end on the other side or whatever. Let those guys run, diagonal across the field and then send Gronk underneath, go in the opposite direction. I mean, these are just simple. The Bears are in the same category, right? They could do the same thing too, but they don't. They choose not to. But it's just I don't understand when you have that many people that good that require that much attention. That's where you should be. That's the game you should be playing. How do I lure everybody else away from my guys that I don't really throw it to? Because who's going to get the attention. So that's what you got to do with and then every now and then you get your shot. You get your shot, you take it, and hopefully you can convert it. But like I said, it all revolves around the run game. There isn't one unless they're playing a trash defense. So like I said, if they're going to continue to play like this, they're not even going to see the playoffs.
They really targeted Antonio Brown like that was going to be the reason why they won. It was week 3. He's acclimated. I mean, it's a good reason to target him. He's one of the best ever. But I think that was a part of the game plan. I think a higher percentage of targets to Antonio Brown with somebody else that's not Jalen Ramsey on him. You know what I mean? Or on him. And give credit to that secondary of the Rams. I mean, they're just good. They're flat out good.
They're just good. I mean, and Brady had the one shot with Brown. But what did he do? Drop the ball.
Right. And like I said, I just felt like the neglect with Rob Gronkowski, the neglect with Cameron Brate. I mean, you kind of targeted him. You didn't. I felt like there was just too much sideline with Gronk. Just let him sit. Just let his big ass sit in the middle of the field. All you need is 3 seconds to throw it to his ass in the middle of the field.
Right. 5-7 yards down the field. Let him carry a couple people. I mean, it's not rocket science.
You had Antonio Brown, 8 receptions, 57 yards. Chris Godwin, 7 receptions, 53 yards. Evans, 5 for 49. Godwin and Evans both have touchdowns. Gronkowski, 2 for 25. Cameron Brate, 3 for 23. And Fournette, 1 for 9. Fournette just continues to just drop passes out of the backfield. And I thought he had these problems fixed, but that shit don't help you. That don't help you either,
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, but it falls squarely on Tom Brady and Bruce Arians. I'm sorry, that's what it is. Like that stupid play. I don't even remember. I think it was like a third down play or something, and they ran both Evans and Godwin. They damn near tripped over each other running the route. So why are you congesting? Trying to complete a pass? Why are you congesting it with more offensive players and defensive players? Like, they're lucky it wasn't a pick six and someone didn't have an extra step on him.
Right.
That would have been ugly too. But you're running these plays where you got two guys in the same vicinity and sometimes 2 and 3 defenders right there along with them. Like, you're asking for something catastrophic to happen.
A jumped route.
Yeah.
Like those things can happen. Shit, even a fumble. If you got that many guys there, let's say your player makes catch, breaks the first tackle, is trying to fight, but there's 2 guys flying in like missiles that are within 5 yards that could hit you, that could put a lick on you. It's not like you're running and you're able to get your head up and see the whole field and survey the field to see where you could go ahead and make your move. It's bang bang. So you make one move and let's say you turn, boom, and now the ball's out.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's John Madden impersonation. Boom.
Right. Right. Yeah, no, that's exactly what I'm saying. It's like, why? I don't understand any team that does that runs any kind of play with more than one guy. They shouldn't be crossing each other and being that close to each other, especially when you're running a flat play that's only like 4 or 5 yards. Right. It's like I said, then they tripped over each other, and it's just like, like I said, the guy goes all the way down, and the defender's the only one standing there. Who do you think is going to catch the ball? It's not the guy on the ground. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm sure Tampa will have another game and Brady will bounce back and they'll talk about how great he still is, but the dude sucks. I don't care. Obviously it is. His arm is not as live as it used to be. He needs to understand that. Bruce Arians needs to understand that. And like I said, Tom Brady's been in this league long enough. He knows better than to throw that ball with a linebacker underneath and a DB coming over the top. Like, come on, Tom.
It was one of the dumber like one of his dumbass interceptions. I've never seen him throw a dumbass interception, really. Maybe I wasn't paying attention to him enough in New England, but they were just kind of jamming it down our throats anyway. So we saw enough of Tom Brady to know.
Right.
Dumbass interception. Like, why were you even thinking about deep? Why were they attacking deep when they had time? Mm-hmm. They had time. You had over 2 minutes on the clock, or excuse me, you had 2 minutes then because you got the 2-minute warning.
Mm-hmm.
Why not milk the clock? Why not at least put yourself in the position that you have the field goal in hand? The field goal attempt is in hand. No, you wanted to go for the jugular because Big Bruce wants to announce his presence with authority. You know what I mean? Like, he wants to make his mark as a coach by beating teams in big games like this. That's Bruce.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the other stupid thing about it is with that little of time, the defense isn't playing up; they're backing up. So why do you think you're going to be able to beat them down the field? You're not going to be because they're backing up. They're protecting the deep ball. Constantly
backing up.
Yeah, just like, dude, they know what you're going to do. Like, oh my God. It just baffles me. But I'm going to say congratulations to the Saints now because they're going to walk away with the division because the rest of their schedule is gravy train. So yeah, congratulations Saints on another NFC South win. And Tampa, they'll be lucky to hang on and get in that wild card or that new 7th playoff spot. They're going to be lucky. And I don't look for anything to change. They may make the playoffs, but they're not going anywhere.
It's a shitty situation. You got bright spots on defense, though. That's no doubt. The defense did everything they possibly could tonight to keep Tampa within striking distance. And look, Levante David, 8 tackles, 1 assist. Also, he had 8 solo tackles, bro.
Mm-hmm. He's a beast.
Sean Murphy Bunting, 5 tackles, 5 assists. Sean Murphy Bunting, you called it. That you told me about that dude. That dude's going to be a G. And
he's good, man. He's good.
He's going to be a goon for a long time in that secondary for Tampa Bay. Sean Murphy Bunting.
Yeah, he needs to learn a little bit more technique wise and kind of following the receivers. But he's got the tenacity. He's not afraid to tackle, and he'll hit. So he just needs about. Like I said, I thought maybe this year he would make the jump. He is showing little flashes here and there, but I feel like by next year, he should be solidified because it'll be his third year. And then, like I said, we'll see what happens with Carlton Davis. I don't remember if it was Davis or one of the other guys. I don't remember who it was that left with the concussion. Oh, I think it was Dean. Dean left with the concussion. He's not bad. Carlton Davis is actually another bright spot, but like I said tonight, when I don't understand why they were playing off of these receivers so much, because you're giving them a 5-yard start, then they're busting a move on you, and bam, they're gone, and bam, they're 30 yards down the field. It's to me, they should have been pressing more to throw off that timing with Goff, and then also maybe even get because if Goff can't throw it, then he's got to hold it, and that gives your defensive line more time to get to him. So I don't understand the soft coverage on them. Props to the Rams. I mean, they made the plays, but to me that coverage should be tighter. The run game's not going anywhere, so you don't have to worry about that. So right. I don't understand why you're not pressing these guys and playing more man coverage. And then maybe, like I said, bumping them off a route or something like that, throwing off that timing. But that's what they chose to go with, and they paid the price.
Man, it's gonna be a tough one, man. It's gonna be a tough one trying to figure out how they figure out how to go about trying to right the ship as far as who they want to be. Mm-hmm. Are you going to be a pass 50 times type of team, or do you want to have a good balance? You're not going to be a run-first team. I mean, that's okay. That's fine. But you got to find some balance, because I felt like when you should have been running a little bit more, you just didn't. You wanted to go for the big – like I said, Bruce wants to be the big dog. So he has to have these big plays happen and work, so it can be like, oh, whoa, Bruce is a genius. You know what I mean? Look at this play that opened up and you got a guy deep downfield. That's all nice and everything, but you don't have a quarterback with the fucking arm strength right now to get it deep downfield consistently.
And all this week, Brady was talking about, I've been working on my deep ball. That's great. You've been working on throwing the ball deep, but you're too stupid to look at yourself and be like, hey, there's a coverage guy over the top and a linebacker underneath. Maybe I shouldn't throw it there. That's great. You can throw it, but when you don't have the mental capacity to say, don't throw it, he's covered, what good is it? Right.
You're just giving it up to the other team.
Yeah.
And it doesn't get easier. We'll wrap things up. Here. It doesn't get easier this weekend. They face the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs coming off a big win against the Vegas Raiders. You got to find a way. Kansas City is susceptible. They can be beat. They can be beat, but you really need to dig deep if you're that offensive line in that running backs room, because you need to get a push. That running game needs to be successful in order for this Bucs team to go deep into the playoffs.
Yeah, I think they're probably going to get slaughtered by Mahomes. I like I said, I don't have any more faith. My faith is gone. Brady's, for the first 4 weeks, it was like, let him get accustomed to it. Let him get accustomed. Okay, fine. Now we're week 8, 9, 10. He still doesn't look like he knows what the hell's going on. Every interception he's thrown, like you talked about, just a stupid interception. Every single one he's thrown this year has been a stupid interception. They're not defensive players making stellar plays on the ball. They're just lofted out there and just hung out and just up in the air, just boom. The defense catches it, off they go. He's going to have to get better. Like I said, I've just stop with the deep ball stuff, because we obviously know he's too stupid to try to beat anybody in coverage down the field, and his arms failing. So let's just focus on maybe 10 to 15 yards and hopefully use the tight ends for something more than a block. And that running game, it's got to start going, or it's just next year.
It's going to be fun. Thursday, we got 3 games on the schedule. I know it's Thanksgiving, but things happen. It's got to get done. We got Texans and Lions. First game at 11:30. Then we got the Washington football team versus the Dallas Cowboys at 3:30. And then the nightcap. It's a big one. It's a rematch. Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Ravens versus Steelers. 6-4 versus 10-0. A AFC North matchup that's going to be a dogfight. And then on Sunday we got Vikings Panthers. We have Cardinals Patriots. Oh, we're not covering those games, but I'll just tell you those are some big games. One of the games that we will be covering is Titans Colts, and the other two games would be the Chiefs and the BUCS, and also the Bears and the Packers, finishing up our Sunday with the Sunday night football game. All right. I mean, that's it for me, dude. Like it was a good game. I felt like it was a great game.
They had opportunities.
The mistakes.
Yep.
That ball should have never been thrown by Tom at the end.
Nope.
That ball should have never been thrown. We go back to the Bears game, that fourth down, that confusion. That's looking a lot more like you were confused, Tom. That was a lot more like you didn't know what fucking down it was, Tom. So, for me, it was just a dumbass interception. Should have never been thrown. Tom is who he is, so I expect him to be angry coming in the next week. So, I mean, maybe you do have a real shot against Kansas City.
Yeah, I mean, they do tend to play better after a stupid loss, but like I said, they're not playing the Chiefs after a stupid loss, a juggernaut on offense. So they better get their ass in church right now and start praying.
Yeah. That's said by a true Tampa Bay fan. All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap things up. It's been a great one. It was a great game. The BUCS fall to the Rams 27-24. Until Thursday, man, we got a whole Thanksgiving. We got a whole slate of games. It's gonna be fun. And we got Sunday, so this week is a jam-packed week. I remember last week, last year, like we to get to Sunday.
right, just dragging.
Right, but this year we're gonna have it all brought to you guys, and it should be fun. All right, for Luke Nettles, I'm Ivan Vargas. This has been the Basic Monsters Game Day podcast on Sports Zone Chicago.
Captain Insano shows no mercy.
Straight cash, homie.
Hold on to your butts.